Hello and welcome to 5 Minutes in the Shed. So, yeah, it's the middle of the Christmas holidays. I haven't been doing much on the bike, to be honest, because it's Christmas. But this morning I kind of woke up, got a bit of a headache. Not sure why. I mean, I only had 3 pints of Baileys. But anyway, so I thought, give my head a clear, go up in the garage and make a bit of progress on the bike. So we've got frame, forks, swinging arm all together. We've got a load of powder coated parts now as well. So I'm going to stick loads of stuff on the bike, put the bike together, or rolling chassis anyway, because that'll get a load of parts out of the way. So what I'm trying to do is clear the workbench so I can start on the engine. So yeah, time to put the bike kind of, together, I suppose. I'll show you. Okay, so this is where we're at, right? We've got the forks are all done, previous video, all good. Frame's all done. I put all the little brackets and stuff back on the frame. Swinging arms in, shock absorbers in after a complete refurbish. Wheels, we've got one over there, they're ready to go back in. And we've got this stuff back from powder coating. So this is the fairing bracket. Really good match actually for the soda blasted frame kind of finish. It's like a metallic silver powder coat. It looks in keeping. It's really nice. We've also got this back as well. This is the rear subframe. So I took all the blanking plugs out of it and I've put all the cable clips and things back in that. So that's all ready to go back on. So we can have rear subframe now. So that's got to go on the back of it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to cue the music, and we're going to get some wheels in, and we're going to get some rear subframe on, and we're going to get the bike down on the floor, and it should stand up on its own. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I think let's just cue the music. Right then, so here it is, back up on the lift, getting ready to be built. So we've got full rolling chassis now. We've got the wheels in, all fully refurbished, new brakes and stuff, sprocket, all that, all the little black brackets for cables and fairing and stuff. They're all on. Everything's pretty much ready to be assembled. Everything's cleaned up, polished. There's still some nuts and bolts that I want to replace because they're not stainless. I'm just kind of waiting to see what's visible, what's not visible. Anything visible will be stainless steel, obviously. So yeah, all looking pretty trick. So now I've got to look for other bits to bolt on, because as much as I can bolt on, that kind of clears my bench, right? And if my bench is clear, then I can build the engine. So next thing to bolt on is I've got the fairing bracket, got a new fairing bracket because the last one was the wrong one. So that can go on. So I'll do that in a moment. Just leave that there. And I've also been kind of refreshing the foot peg hangers and stuff like that. So bring this in for a slightly closer look. All looks pretty trick and shiny and very nice. So they can all go back on. These are going to go back on loose, right? They're not ready to go on yet, and I will have to take them off to get other stuff in. But top tip, right? If you're going to put stuff on at this stage, right? If you're going to put stuff on loose, be careful, because if you don't touch it again, then when you take it for its test ride, it's still loose, right? So if you're going to put stuff on loose, don't put it on finger tight. If it's finger tight, you'll shake it and it'll feel tight, even though it's not. Right? So if you're going to put something on loose, put it on like really loose, like rattling loose, right? Because I mean, if I put the foot pegs on finger tight, put my feet on them, they'll feel tight. If I put them on really loose, the second my feet touch them, I'll hear the rattle, right? So when I say loose, I mean like chucking a Woodbine up Northumberland Street loose, proper loose, right? So yeah, so fairing bracket can go on. I think I'll put the foot peg. I've got one foot peg to reassemble. I'll put this foot peg on, and I'll put the other foot peg on, and I'm slowly taking everything off the bench. That's my plan now. Okay, before I put the foot peg hangers on, I'm just going to put the other one back together. So this is like close-up bench cam with nice light thing cam. Right, so what I want to do is I want to replace these bolts, but all the bolt places are closed because it's Christmas, so I can't do that just yet. However, I can. Let me get a bit of rag because I'm going to get greasy, right? So I can start putting it all together, right? So first thing I've got to do, for the lever, it's all cleaned up inside now. The kind of bronze bush in there is ready for the bit that goes in the middle. They were actually seized up quite bad when I started to take it all apart. So a bit of white grease in there, and a bit of white grease on that one as well. There we go. Right, so that's all going back together. Like that, lovely. Lovely, lovely greasy. So that goes on to here. So that goes to the front of the bike, and then that goes on there like that, in there, and then we have the foot peg that goes on there, and from the other side the bolt goes through like that. Right, now those bolts were pretty seized in as well, so before that goes in, a bit of copper slip on that bad boy. A lot of people would argue foot pegs, really you should put them on with Loctite. However, these are pretty easy to tighten up and they're not going to come off, so I am putting some copper slip on these because it's easy to tighten them up, right? But if you do Loctite them in, then they're just a pain to get out and they will corrode and stuff. So anyway, right, so that's going back in. Right, socket with big Allen key on it, big size. Right, so now I can tighten that up because that's not going to come out again. Right, so spanner on there just to hold it. Tight. Right. Oh, I love it when it's tight. Right, look at that, lovely and loose. Alright, so you're going to get maximum braking force off that. Great. Right, now what I need to do is put this plate on, and this plate goes on here like that with a couple of bolts. Small one, let me get this right. On there. The small one goes on that one, alright, which is that one there. Like that. Actually, I didn't put any cut. You know what, I'm not going to put any copper slip on that because I'm going to replace it for a stainless steel one. It's going to come off again anyway. Alright, so that one goes in there like that. Then we have a longer one here with a nylock nut on it. Oh, come on. Right, so that one goes in there. Like this. Just gonna nip these up a little bit so it doesn't wobble. Right, so they go on there like that. Then the brake switch hanger here goes on this side like that, and that nut goes on there. Tighten that up with my favourite 10mm blue point spanner with a ratchet on it. Love this spanner. I lose it all the time, obviously, because it's 10mm and that's the rules. But it's dead handy. Alright, so that goes up like that. Oh, grease it up. That goes in there. Then this goes in here, like that. I did wind that up a little bit, so that's got to come up. Let's just do that like that. It'll go down a bit like that. Okay, that goes in there like that. Then on this end, this bolt goes in here. And this is for hanging the cylinder, the brake cylinder, master cylinder for the rear brake. Alright, that's going to get new bolts as well, because they just need to be stainless, because you can see them. Alright, so that goes in there like that. Then we have what's going on there now? We have a bolt going through here. Hang on a second, I've got to check. So this one comes in from this side here with a nut on it first. So a lot of little bolts in this, you have to kind of remember where they all go. Right, that goes in there like that, so it's flush with the other side, and then nipped up with that, and then we have have I put that on the wrong way around? Hang on a minute, that goes like that. Yeah, this is the wrong way. Oh my word, what am I doing? Right, that goes in that way. Right, then that's a manky old bolt, that, isn't it? That's got to be changed. This goes through here, and it goes. Hang on, I've got a bit that I've painted. Hang on a minute. This bit was red rusty. I think, is it still a bit wet? I think it's okay. So that goes through there. This way around. loosely drop that in like that. Then we have a spring from, God, where do the springs go now? Well, a spring going that way. It's not right. That right. That right. That's right. So we have a spring going that way onto here. Right. So that gives you your spring tension to return your brake pedal like that. And then we've got a spring which goes in here, which also goes into that little bracket like that, and then that gives you your brake switch. So you've got brake switch and return spring like that, and then that is your complete footrest hanger. Well, you can see, right, I mean you can see looking at that why I need to replace these bolts. They need to be stainless, because that will look super trick when it's on. Right, so that's the brake pedal all put back together. Almost bling, almost. I say almost because it needs stainless steel bolts, but it is almost bling enough for us, I think. Okay, I reckon we can drop them on the bike then. Let's get some hangers on the bike, shall we? Okay, there we go. So I think you'll all agree that this is looking pretty sweet now, pretty trick. So yeah, we've got foot pegs on both sides, fairing bracket, subframe, wheels are in, bike's on the lift. I mean, it's going really well. I think the next stage will probably be to put the brake calipers on. When the brake lines and stuff, we can do that. That's out the way of the engine bay. Might even get the refurbished radiator dropped on, water header tank and things like that, just to get them out of the way, get them off the bench. But before I do any of that, I've got to do a load of cleaning up and painting and stuff. So I think we're at a good stage. The bench is looking clearer, the floor's looking clearer, bike's up ready where I want to be working on it. So I think what we'll do is we'll call that a day. So yeah, fantastic. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I tell you what, the really frustrating bit is, we know that engine runs, we know it runs fine, it's just dirty and manky. So actually I could drop it back in now and we've got a running bike and it'll look pretty sweet. But I think we need to do the engine. We're in this far, to put a dirty engine back in, it'd just be criminal. So yeah, next stage, braking systems and stuff and kind of ancillaries around the top, get them off the bench out of the way, just loosely mount them on here, and then we are one step closer to the engine. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, share with your mates, turn me into a millionaire, that'd be awesome, thanks, because I could do buying a lathe, maybe a plating kit and loads of other tools. Thanks for watching.